Today we are going to discuss about the budget line. So first of all we have to know what is budget line. Before going to the appropriate definition of budget line, first of all we have to know what is budget schedule. Budget schedule is nothing but the tabular presentation of three things. One is price of X, another one is price of Y, and third one is budget or income of the consumer when the consumer is purchasing only two goods, that is X good and Y good. So here we are assuming two goods. One is X good, another one is Y good. And if we are talking about the prices of these two goods, so PX represents the price of X good and PY stands for the price of Y good. Therefore, the budget line is nothing but the graphical presentation of the graphic budget schedule. Now we are going to present the graph or diagram of the budget line. So first of all we have to know what we have to measure along with the horizontal axis as well as vertical axis. Obviously if we are assuming two goods X and Y good, so we have to measure X good along with the horizontal axis and Y good along with the vertical axis. And the shape of the budget line will be downward sloping straight line. It has the positive intercept and negative slope. Now we have to explain once again how it is looking like this kind of. Before going to the explanation of this, we have to know what is the budget equations, because this diagram is the reflection of the budget equation. So we have to know the what is budget equation for the budget line. So the budget equation is Px into X plus Py into Y equal to B, where Px is nothing but the price of X and Py is nothing but the price of Y and B is the budget or total budget. X and Y are the quantity of X good and Y good respectively. So in this case we can see only X and Y are the variables and there are three parameters, that is Px, Py and B, that is price of X, price of Y and budget. Parameter or parameters are something which cannot be changed. It is behaving like the constant or constraint. If we are assuming total budget of the consumer is 100 rupees and price of X is 10 rupees and price of Y is also 10 rupees, then we can say there are 5 extreme situations which can be faced by the consumers. That is, the consumer can purchase 5 extreme combinations of X and Y good. The first situation is that the consumer can purchase nothing of X good, that is zero quantity of X good, and 100% he can spend for purchasing of Y good, that is he can purchase only 10 units of Y good. As the price of each unit of Y is 10 rupees, if he can purchase 10 units, then his total budget 100 will be exhausted. Similarly, the second situation is exactly opposite of the first situation. If he can purchase nothing of Y, he can spend 100% of his income for X good. Then also he can purchase 10 units of X good. The third situation is that he can spend 50% of his income for X good and 50% of his income or budget for the Y good. That is, he can purchase 5 units of X good and 5 units of Y good. That is, both are equally can be purchased by the consumer and he can exhaust his total budget. The fourth situation is that the X can be greater than Y. That is, maximum he can purchase or maximum of his income he can spend for the X good and the very less amount he can spend for the Y good. Here we have shown 70% he is spending for the X good, that is 7 units of X can be purchased and 3 units of Y can be purchased to exhaust the total budget. And the last extreme situation is that he can spend maximum of his income for Y good and less percent for X good purchase. Okay, here we can see the exactly opposite situation of 4. Okay, in such case he can purchase 3 units of X good and 7 units of Y good, by which he can finish his total budget. And one thing should be mentioned here, whatever combination he is purchasing doesn't matter, he should be on the budget line according to these 5 situations. Therefore, according to our analysis, we can see in the left side the quantities of X and Y goods, that is the 5 extreme situations or combinations when budget equals to 100 rupees, price of X is 10 rupees and price of Y is also 10 rupees. Therefore, all the 5 situations are reflected in the adjacent diagram, and we have shown all the combinations corresponding to A, B, C, D, E, that is for 5 extreme situations. Now one more thing which should be added here, that is the slope and intercept of the budget line. And to represent this, we have to know the equation of a budget line. Already we have known it. Here simply we have written the equation of the budget line, that is px into x plus py into y and b. And all the notations are already obvious to us, so no need of further explanation for it. And by keeping the py into y in the left side, we can write the equation in such a way, that is py into y equal to b minus px into x. And to calculate the value of y, we can write this way, that is y equal to b by py minus px by py into x, just dividing by py in the right hand side. Now if we are comparing this equation with the equation of the straight line, that is y equals to c plus mx, where c is the intercept of a straight line and m is the slope of a straight line. By comparing with the budget line equation, we can simply write c equal to b by py, that is the value of intercept, and m equal to minus px by py, that is the slope of the budget line. And this slope and intercept can be shown in the diagram of the budget line as well. So now we are trying to show it. Here along with the vertical axis we can see the intercept, that is b by py, that is up to this area from the origin. And along with the horizontal axis we can see there is a slope whose values is px by py, and it is, as it is downward sloping, so we should take the negative sign, that is minus px by py.